Season 44 has begun, and with that I can finally start making war videos again. We have the new tactic Decay, and with this tactic I'm going to be using Silk because it's probably going to be in the title, but Silk is utterly ridiculous with this tactic, so that's pretty fun. So we're going to be using Silk along with Tigra and a Mega Sentinel. Tigra and a Mega Sentinel both have one fight each, and Silk takes 4, I believe. 3 or 4, I can't remember at this point. Yeah, it's probably 4. So I'm going to start by boosting up, and as per usual, I'm going to be on path 1. We're going to start with Quicksilver. Quicksilver is really easy if I just don't get hit. So that's just what I plan on doing, keeping him slowed and in the corner as much as possible, and only triggering the evade when I know that he's stunned and I can parry immediately after. This fight has personal space regen, so I'm going to be able to prevent that if he's in the corner, but if he gets out of the corner, it is a little bit of an issue. So I'm going to start with an SP1. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to SP2 with a relic, and my relic wouldn't have been charged in time, or if it would have been cutting close to 3 bars of power. So I'm just going to build up my physical vulnerabilities while charging to my SP2, and then do the whole relic shenanigans there. So we're going to get a parry right here. We're going to charge our heavy attack into the relic, and then 4-hit combo into heavy, into special 2, and it's definitely going to be enough to kill him. And just like that, perfect fight. He got a little bit of healing when I let him run outside of the corner, but it wasn't enough for that monstrous SP2 to wipe it out and make it irrelevant. So next up is this Hulk fight, and Silk on Masochism is a little bit annoying. Last season I took a spot on this node and nearly died to it, but this Hulk is definitely going to be easier than that spot, I think. So I was dashing back just in case they had recoils, and my parry would have been unable to work because they would have been unblockable if they had recoils on, but it's okay, they didn't. I was just making sure. And we're going to build up to our SP3 instead here. We're going to do SP3 rotation, and I believe I'm going to mess up the rotation, but I ace it perfectly in another fight upcoming, so that's pretty nice. Masochism is pretty much irrelevant if I can get them in the corner, just like against that Quicksilver earlier. Baiting this SP2, he took a little while to throw it, but I just needed to get a parry so that Masochism could go down, and then charge my heavy into SP3. The SP3 is not going to do that much damage, but it's going to leave us with 1 Fury afterward and let us do a bunch of ramp into our next special attack. So we're going to 3-hit combo, 2-hit combo, and then we're going to 4-hit combo into heavy attack into relic. And I'm going to try to do my thing where I do a light attack, pause, and go into another 5-hit combo, but I was too quick to getting that other light attack, and I messed it up. It's not that big a deal, I just wasn't prepared for it, and I'm gonna fix that rotation later in the war. So it's okay. It's a bit more of a riskier rotation, and I don't use it if I don't have to, but I kind of wanted to use it for this Hulk because with Masochism I want to get him down in one go if possible, so that's exactly what I did. Well, tried to do, not what I did, because I messed up the rotation, couldn't get to my SP2. It's not that big a deal. Either way, we're going into section 2 now, and we're going to start against this SheRa. And SheRa, I was almost going to have Gallon on the team for, but I ended up needing a Mega Sentinel for something later in the war. So we're just going to be silking this, and one thing I forgot that is in SheRa's abilities is that her special attacks cannot be evaded, or something along those lines, so I was prepared to just try to dex her SP2, because I'm pretty consistent at the SP2 dex. It's the SP1 dex I don't know to do, and if I ever mess it up I have the evade, but yeah, I was just spamming dash back because I was like, well, I'll just evade it if I mess it up, but I kind of forgot that SheRa doesn't care about evade, so that's great. And now she's healing, so I'm like, oh, well, I guess I need to do my burst rotation again. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go for the SP3 and do our, what I call, Silk Lockdown cycle, where we go into the SP3, into the SP2 immediately after, and the AI has literally nothing they can do about it. So I have to deal with her untouchable, which is a little annoying, but I'm just building to SP2, trying to get her power low before she throws it. Before I throw it, I mean. And I'm just going to block this SP1. It did a little bit of block damage, but nothing too scary. So she's at full health here, but Silk Lockdown Cycle has now begun, and she's going to go from full health to dead, and had literally no way of breaking out of it, as you're going to see. So the SP3 brought her all the way down to 83%. So we do our 3-hit combo, 2-hit combo, start our 3rd combo, then we're going to cancel into the relic, then we're going to light attack, pause, light attack into another combo, throw the SP2, and just like that, she is going to die, and the Silk Lockdown Cycle prevailed once again, went from all the way from 100% health to killing her without her having any time to react to it. It's so broken, man. The cycle is so broken when you can do it consistently. Yeah, I just can't, man. Anyway, next up is this Tigra fight, and this was almost going to be a Mordo fight for content purposes, but my officer decided to give me Tigra just in case, because, you know, Mordo would have been great for it, but he's a little bit more risky to play than Tigra, so I just went with Tigra here, or he assigned me Tigra here. It doesn't matter. It would have been fun to take Mordo to war, but, you know, I can just do this Tigra fight in like 20 seconds, so small price to pay. Anyway, next up is this Bishop on, I do not know what node this is, but I will put it in the time code probably. I'll figure out what it is later. I'm going to use an energy refill because there was a person in the battle group who needed to get a fight after the last fight that I was going to take. So I'll take this fight, then the next fight, and then they needed to get to another one. So that's why I used a refill here. And I also had boost running, and I wanted to get stuff done in one cycle. So yeah, this Bishop is definitely not an ideal fight because a Mega Sentinel doesn't really have a way of negating his prowess, and I'm not the best at dexing Bishop's SP2. She's also not Incinerate immune, but the thing that makes a Mega Sentinel good for this fight is that she is Nullify immune, so I never have to worry about Power Snack. So that's why I got her assigned here. And you're going to see I'm going to start by misdexing the SP2 just because I'm really bad at it, but 10 armors, man, they put in a lot of work. We ate the last hit of the SP2 and we're still above 90%. So here he threw his SP1, which I could have anti-baited better, but I wanted to try to keep those debuffs active. It really wasn't worth it, but yeah, I'm just going to keep him away from me. I'm not going to throw a single special attack this fight, just because his energy resistance is so high that it won't matter that much anyway. I probably could have thrown specials here, but I just didn't even bother to go for it. So I'm just going to kill him with my basic attacks, which it takes a little while, but a Mega Sentinel does have like the highest or second highest base attack in the entire game, so I'm not complaining. It's just a bit of a long fight. I just need to kill him before I make too many mistakes and he kills me, but I don't make that many mistakes in this fight. I'm going to finish around 50%, I think. I get this SP2 dex, yeah I do, and I'm not going to get out of the cowardice mode just in case that I need to take an SP2 hit for some reason, because I misdex it. I'll have those 3 cowardice to reduce his specials by 30%, and since I had 10 armors and it wasn't unblockable, I just went ahead and blocked that SP2. It did barely anything, so it's perfectly fine. It would be a little bit beneficial to have the heal block active here, but I'd rather run cowardice, to be honest, and just have a longer fight to keep his special attacks a little bit less painful. I'm trying to get him to hold block and just stand there, but I'm not the best with controlling AI, so if I had a little bit more practice, I probably could get him to stand still and stuff like I did earlier, but it doesn't matter. He is about to die as soon as I can get an opening, and there it is. He's dead. Was almost a 2.5 minute fight, but it was really safe, so I'm not complaining. I could have honestly Tigra'd that. I would have to deal with the Power Sting, but I definitely could have done it, I think, but it wasn't worth it to risk that fight, so I'll just take it with a Mega Sentinel like I was assigned, and it was pretty easy. Anyway, last fight is against this Chavez here, and this fight is about twice as long as it could have been because I spent a bunch of time baiting specials, whereas if I just went to the Silk lockdown cycle, it would have been over with so fast that I didn't even need to bait those specials. I was just trying to play it safe, but it didn't really matter. I'm just going to get to the SP3 eventually, and she's going to die. It's going to be a very fun time. I'm not going to throw any specials except for the SP3, so I just have to get to there, but it's going to take a little while to get to there because I'm baiting a lot of first specials, and she has power reserve, I think it's called, or power efficiency. I don't know what it's called. It's that whatever makes her special attacks cost 50% less power. And yeah, we got the Withers to keep her dimensions inactive, another benefit from Silk with Tactic. Another thing with Tactic is that Silk can become basically immune to damage over time debuffs, but again, I should have just thrown my SP3 there. I was just saying with the damage over time debuffs, that's just another cool benefit that maybe I'll have in another war, just not for this one, where I can show that off. And she gains her dimensions, and then if I just tap her, she's gone. They're gone immediately. And I think I'm gonna bait one more SP1. No, I'm actually just going for this. I should have went for the SP3 like 30 seconds ago. I was just holding it to be safe for some reason, even though I didn't need to. And we're not even going to throw an SP2 or an SP1 because our basic combos are enough to just absolutely wipe her out. And we have a little bit of heal reversal from Despair. And just like that, this relic will kill her, and that was a very, very easy mini-boss. So, we finished, well, we haven't finished the war yet, but this is what it looks like now. We're probably going to win the war, because they have a lot more fights left than we do, and we're tied on deaths. However, this is a battle group donut, and I think this is the first battle group donut I've ever had on my account, because if you didn't know, I came from tier 10 war all the way to tier 2. This is my 3rd season in this alliance. I don't recall any donuts in those 2 seasons. So this could quite possibly be my first donut ever on my account, which I'm so happy. It's such a cool thing, man. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.